Aha, kwenu motu bubululu.
Awa tundigo.
Aha, kwenu yeligo.
Yeligo.
Okwewe budike n'obodo.
Obodo ajụrụ oyi.
Kwenu ife ka nkụ.
Ife ka nkụ nọ ya emo.
Ife ka nkụ.
Ife ka nkụ nọ ya emo.
Ife ama
nọ ya emo.
Adododododo man. Adododododo man. Adukude bude.
Ude bude.
Nasu ebu hasu dunuma nekwe banke melungu puta kajuto
Wawarumoji
nyabugu siri kerina
Wawarumoji
Mango zinga kaiji alia
Wawarumoji
Mbeku gala malugido
Wawarumoji
Asino harakata kaona gazi
Wawarumoji
onye ụwa enwe enyi ọma onye amụmara dịle na amụrịa ya na nkịta ọfịa bụ nwanne anụ fegwu udene ka ọ na-azapụ mana aja ara agwa nkenu ịbafezu udene n'ogbukpọ ntụ ịda mbabe na-agachi azụ ọganihu arọ maka onye nkolopụ obi onye igarabada bụ onye ruru abụọ ezu ememe arụrụ eme nchukwa oji ọnụ egwu ọjị saa abachala egwu ọgabela ọdụdụ oke ọfụrụ dike akaghị ife ọkara onye umengwa pụta ọkụkọ mkpụrụ akwụ onye ya si n'ogwu maka na doji ebe ama n'ife afụ na ọchagharụkwa onye dị ọnụ nlecha owere ilesalụ okwu na-ebibe were abalị megharịkwa ọnụ efu na alụ nọ n'aja ibubu ma ikuku bịa otunye ụlọ n'ụgbọ mmiri ụchụkwakwo ndị ji egbe ji abalị agba a na-asọkwa ndị ji egbe ti mmanwụ mgbe ngana mgbe lọbịa mana enwela ajọ mmụọ o ji isi anya ọkụ azụ anụ ka ọ bụrụ igu ntị echie isi na-egbu ogide ọwa nkụtara chọ nwoke na nwoke dị n'obi kwuru na nwoke na-eri n'ude akagata akpọkwuru keji amadị ike ọ dị ka mkpume dọ n'ibele mmiri ebili tụcha na-arụ mkpume zuru ike ọkpọchi ntị ka ejiri ke ya na ntachachi oyi ịnyịnya ibu ji aga n'ugwu ọganidagọdabulu na ama abụba ozuarụ mmiri ogidi jajalala ọkụ na-agbụ itoolugo ologbo ezi n'azụ kama na ọ na-edebekwa iwu obodo okwu na ụka ghara ịghakọ ife okwu n'isi agụ ọrụ n'ogwe gweta na macha ọrụ ore jere ibe ọzọ n'otu ibe o ji dị ụwa ore jere ibe ọzọ n'otu ibe o ji dị ụwa agụgụ kata bunye ya ụwa niile anya atọ nwa nduru na bakịdị ajọ na-achụla akara aka n'ezi osi na nkwụ dapụ jebe n'ọjị kenu ọgbakọrịcha nyaba agụ ya egbu ya ọrịa gbuo ozu nya na ya were naba na ya ghọta ọlaedo n'enu atụ ndị ife na ndị ujuara ajụta ife ebe ama na-ara egbu afọ ime aka achị na-egbo gata ide ọkwa bụ mgbo n'ụwa ka apịachalụ ya ilo na ọya bara anyị ebe o si dị ụwa denu chi egbozi na nwa ebunu ọsọ ka o ji anyị ugwu ebe n'ome nke abụlarịrị naba mmụọ ebe dị iche duru iru enwe na onogbo atụrụdala onu n'ọwụ dị a na-akụgharịa ọkụkọ ji eyikwa na akwa ọcha anụ ọbịa ya bụ anụ nọ n'olu akwa ọkụkọ dọ na nkata ama nke nwoke na nwunye a na-ama ngwọrọ n'ugbo ama afọ ya mụ eze n'ilu onyinye amara dị n'iche n'iche nye nwa mbụ onye ukwu bụrụ bịara onye na-agba ọgbata obi n'eke onye kara obi azaba n'ọnụ nwọna ndị ajụjụ a na-abịazie n'uju ewu ọkụ dị na mbe ga-ewere mba niile ọmụmatụ n'ebe gọdụrụ egwu chukwu ike mba nnewi dịka ukwu agbụrụgbu enyi tara kwụsị ya lebe anya na ị ga-ama site n'iji ọba n'okwu ọnụ na omume ọ bụrụgodu nwata ka ọ bụ ka arụsịara n'aka na abọ ka eji ebu ya n'abọ na ya zi ebe o siri bịa eteka esesefu aka na-arụ dibịa ụnọ nabata ọbịa mbenụ ikwebe ekene mara onye na-etu gị afa gụwa ofe ka mara ọchị nkịta ebe na-arịrị agbọ n'obodo ikpe ebe osiri ike ọbụla ọjị ugo dalụ na nkata ọjị ebe osiri ị na-eche gị bụ oke abụrụ mmụọ nkapụ ebe osiri ụzụ na-eru n'igwe ọgba ofe kegharị mmeri na-ada gwụ ya ezuru ike mmiri domimiri nwa ya elu n'igwe ụdọọrụ eji onye bịara ụwa nnukwu ozi ozi ọ bịara usi n'izu agbalụ na ọra mmụọ ka ntụ nnụ arọ ife ọ bịara ya emezu
Good morning, good afternoon, dear friends. I salute each and every one of you from here. This day, the 23rd day of the month of November in the year of our Lord 2024. I greet each and every one of you this evening. It is another moment for the Biafrans to tell the world what we have resolved to do and what they must do. You know, each day we tell our story, we are correcting the wrongs of the past. Each day we tell our story, we are correcting the narratives of yesterday. Each day we tell our story, we are reminding those that have taken us that path that we went through, our fathers went through 1967, 1970, that never again. When we tell our story, we remind Britain, we remind the Zoological Republic, we remind the Arab world, we remind all the terrorist jihad countries of the world that watched the genocide that took place in Biafra land 1967, 1970, we remind them that never again will this type of a thing happen again in our land. That is why we will never get tired of changing the narrative of yesterday, nor telling the people that it was their cause to make sure that the Biafrans are annihilated, that it will never happen again. That the agenda to make sure that Biafrans are sacked from their ancestral land will not happen and will never happen. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. We have come this evening to say one or two things to our people and to those that think they can take us for a ride. The Biafrans of over 50 million people, voters that voted in the referendum ongoing for the Biafrans to exit the unholy marriage that they were forcefully lured to, have said one thing and one thing alone, and that is that this unholy marriage will not stand, that this unholy marriage will not continue to strive. We have a video here that I want to throw small analysis, do small analysis on, for you to know the reasons we, the Biafrans, we never allow ourselves to be ruled by terrorist state of Nigeria, nor those that doesn't have the knowledge of know-how on how to move economy forward, nor to continue with the feeding bottle government. So Biafrans, I salute each and every one of you for coming. Do well to share, like, and subscribe as you come in. I salute our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I salute his courage and doggedness. I salute our Prime Minister, Mmeji Buago, the ambassador of peace, the good guy. I salute him for his courage, for his doggedness, for his unwavering spirit in the time of trouble. I salute him. I'm Elohim that have brought him forward. Take him through these hurdles. Take him through this tunnel. That we, the Biafrans, will come out brighter and shine brighter more than the sun. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I greet each and every one of you from here. Let's go there.
Nigeria has taken another loan from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) amounting to $2.5 billion, which raises the country's total debt obligations to over $110 billion. This deal has garnered mixed reactions, with some expressing deep concerns about its potential economic implications. On the surface, the terms of the loan appear relatively attractive. It is set at a 1% interest rate, with a repayment period of 40 years, and
the reason these people, the Zoological Republic, want Nigeria to continue the way it is just what you're looking at the screen today. So that they will continue to borrow and borrow and borrow and share among themselves, the very elites, those that call themselves elites. They will borrow and share the money among themselves for them to keep on enriching themselves and enslaving the people. That in the next 50 years, 60 years to come, our children by then have been enslaved. Because a day will come when you will no longer be the decision making in the resources that are coming out from your land. because a day will come when you will no longer be the one in charge of the oil wells in Biafra land. If the Biafrans allow this feeding bottle government, terrorist government, to continue in their quest to sink Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. The Islamic world are borrowing this money and trashing it in different bank, in different Islamic bank. They will tell you that they are borrowing it for one thing or the other, for one project or the other, and the money will disappear and find its way in individuals' account and in so many Islamic banks. That is what that have been going on, and that is what will continue to go on if the Biafrans did not quickly now restore Biafra. These people that has no future, that has no yesterday, that has no today, that has no tomorrow, wants to sink everybody in the mud, wants to drown everybody in their debt, wants to enslave everybody to China, to World Bank, to MIF, to all the facilities in the world where you can borrow money from. The Zoological Republic is owing there. And when you ask yourself, like Ibrahim Touare asked the other day, the current president of Burkina Faso asked, what is it that African continent need a loan from the West for? This is one of the things that will not happen in Biafra land. Biafrans going out to get a loan from the Western world, it will not happen. Rather, the West will come to Biafra to get loan, because it is us that has what it takes to give people loan. We have the manpower, we have the knowledge of know-how, we have the mineral resources, we have human resources, we have anything that any human being can think of that will move a country forward. That is the reason this type of a thing will not happen in Biafra land. It will never, ever happen in Biafra land. And these are the things that Simon Ekpa is fighting. That the Biafrans will not be drawn again into the slave, into the modern day slavery that many people that you're looking at today that you call your elite, they have accepted it to be their fate because they are the ones that is going to benefit it now. So what the generation after them is going to face to repay these loans is none of their business. And that is why we must have to do whatever it takes to make sure that Biafra is restored. We are going to do it. Having said this, let us move. When Nigeria is getting a loan that they are going to finish paying in the next 30 years, Biafrans will be building skyscrapers and modern day hospitals, modern day estates, and what have you, to grow their economy, that the Biafra land will be the hub of the world. Like people run to China, run to Dubai, run to Japan. These places for one thing or the other. That is how people will be trooping into Biafra land to buy their shoes. Going to Turkey will no longer be visible anymore, because the shoes that will be coming out from Aba, you will not be able to compare it with any shoe or leather or bag anywhere in the world, because we have all the raw materials to make our product superior than to anyone that you can bring up. People will be coming to Nnewi for any kind of motor spare parts that you can think of in the world. People will be coming to Biafra land for ceramic, for iron, for zinc, for so many things that currently you don't know they exist. That currently you don't know that you have them. Road we will not have need of going to call foreign investors or whatever company, construction companies to come and construct our road, because we have the bitumen, we have everything that will be mixed, we have the stone, everything to give our road, Nylon Kruta, the best road in the world. And it will not cost us anything because all the raw materials, we have them. That is why we are fighting to develop ourselves by ourselves. That is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and Joko is fighting for. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's listen to the plot and the plans of the Islamic Jihadi state against the Biafrans. But Elohim, who frustrates the tokens of the liars and make their diviners mad, has frustrated all their plans against the Biafrans and said that it will not stand. Neither will any of this their plan come to pass. Let's listen to this man.
Oil, which could adversely impact its economy. There are also requirements for reforms to facilitate greater competition from Western banks against domestic Nigerian banks. While it is acknowledged that the current administration has inherited numerous economic challenges, the terms of this loan could contribute to long-term financial instability. Nigeria has substantial resource instability.
Nothing more, nothing less. Professional as a professional, and secondly, I speak as a Nigerian, nothing more, nothing less. Professionally speaking, the Finnish authorities have done their due diligence and they have reasonable grounds to arrest Mr. Simon Ekpa. And in that arrest, they followed due diligence to now charge him based on the information we are getting. Obviously, we still have a lot of work to do for clarifications, to authenticate all these informations. Now, with that due diligence done, it's now made for the law court in Finland to now look into the request by the Chief of Defense Staff to extradite Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. Professionally speaking,
I want to tell you something about this man that is speaking, and why he keep on repeating professionally speaking. Ndị Igbo si na onye na-egbu agwọ na-ezo onwe ya, agwọ na-egbu egbu na-eze ahụ onwe ya. This man started his speech by saying, I'm going to speak like a professional. One, I will also speak like a Nigerian. Two, professionally speaking, that the Finnish government have done their due diligence. Do you know what that means? That whatever it is that you paid those that worked for you people in Finland to cook up this concocted story against the Biafra Prime Minister, that what Finland can do for you is what they have done. And that is to invite Simon Ekpa and Joko for questioning. And they have done that. He repeated himself again. Professionally speaking, that before the extraordinary, before extradition, Simon Ekpa will be extradited to Nigeria, that every case that Nigeria has to present, remember, I will look for that video tomorrow, I will bring it up. When the ambassador of Finland to Nigeria told Nigerian government when they were disturbing the young girl, she told them the Finnish government has very strong laws that protect their citizens' right and the right to speech. And not only that, that whatsoever the Nigerian terrorist state will be bringing on board must be in line with the laws of Finland. And now, this man is telling them that with all the evidences that you guys have gathered and gave to Finnish government, that it is not enough to guarantee you that Finnish government will just bundle Simon Ekpa and send him to Nigeria. It will never work, and it doesn't work that way. That's why this man keep on repeating, as a professional, I want to say this. As a professional, I want to say this. So that by the time the Fulanis will invite him, he will tell them, I'm giving out what I know, what I read in the school, what I know Finland to do, and all that it wasn't my own thought. That is why he said he will be speaking like a Nigerian, so that the Fulanis will not come after him because he's a Nigerian. And listen to him, you will see him exhibit that terrorist spirit and that lying spirit and that wicked spirit that are in every Nigerian. You will see this man display it here. Just listen.
The chances are possible to extradite Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. However, in my opinion, it's almost impossible, though it's...
Do you get what this man said? He wants to play in the gallery, to play alongside with the Nigerian opinion. That's a way you will advise somebody and you see that this person is one that believes lies, that he doesn't want to hear anything truth. So whenever you want to talk to that person, you will begin to put sugarcoat words for that person. You will not really tell that person the bitter truth, whether of what he or she is doing that is wrong, so that he will not take it out with you or start to create enmity from there. Everybody already know him or her, that he doesn't take the truth. So this man already know Nigeria, that Nigeria can never take the truth, which is that Simon Ekpa have not committed any crime known to anybody, neither Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they kidnapped from Kenya, that none of these people has committed any crime. But he cannot say it. Rather, he said that Simon Ekpa, that is possible that Simon Ekpa can be extradited. But in his own opinion, from what he saw, from what he's seeing as a professional, that is going to be almost impossible. Is that not contradiction? Is those two words not contradicting itself? That it is possible for Simon Ekpa to be extradited. He's talking to his Nigerian Fulani people. So that because that is what they want to hear. That as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is kidnapped from Kenya, that is also possible that Mazi Simon Ekpa can also as well be kidnapped from Finland to Nigeria. That is what Fulani want to hear. They don't want to hear any other thing. But this man, for him also not to look as a foolish man before the international community or those of his friends, maybe some of his learned friends that are not from the Zoological Republic, that are really learned, he stand to correct himself and say, at the same time as a professional, that is also going to be almost impossible for Simon Ekpa and Joku to be extradited to Nigeria, and that is the simple truth. It's like taking a camel in the eyes of a needle. It is impossible. Simon Ekpa Njoku, the good guy, can never, ever be extradited to Nigeria. It doesn't matter. If Nigeria like, if the Fulani Caliphate like, they should empty their treasury in where they are bribing people, the locals in Finland, to do one thing or the other. It will never happen. The whole world will know the outstanding iniquitous behavior and character of the Zoological Republic against the Biafrans. Are we to talk about the genocide that took place 1967, 1970? Are we to talk about the continuous killing and disappearing of the Biafran youths since then to date? Are we to talk about our young men and women that are locked up in different prisons in the Zoological Republic? Are we to talk about the setup of the terrorists in uniforms that their goal and their activities is to catch our young men and women, like they set up an organization in Okozo where our young men and women's organs are being harvested? Where will we start and where are we going to stop? To talk about the iniquity of the Zoological Republic against the Biafrans. If we continue to count, eternity will come to finish it. That is why this man stands to say it will be almost impossible, because he knew that the country that he represents, because he said he will also be speaking like a Nigerian, that the country which he represents is an iniquitous country. It's a country where criminals are being groomed. Many people, many of the European, many of the Asia and the European world, if they want to learn criminality, that's some of the people that you see that are now domiciled in Nigeria. They married here, they build their homes here, they do everything here. Those are the ones that the criminality have. They love it. They love the criminality that is going on in Nigeria. That's why the other day Donald Trump in 2015 said that some of his friends are making it big in Africa, more especially in Nigeria. Do you understand what that means? This is a place where if you come out as the worst criminal, as the worst looter, as the worst of the worst in the society, you will be made a president. It doesn't happen in any other part of the world. It only happens in the Zoological Republic. It's only in Nigeria that you don't compete with your opponent in good deeds. Rather, you compete with them in evil, to know who will do evil more than the other person, because those are the people that the Fulanis are looking for to work with. If you're a sincere person and you just want to favor the people, you just want to do the work for the people that you represent, they will kick you out. You will amount to nothing. They will even tell you to your face that if you must amount to anything in this political system of the Zoological Republic, you know Nigeria now. Many of you hear this type of language every day. More especially those that are born and brought up in Nigeria before you travel abroad. You hear this language every day in Nigeria. You know Nigeria now. Why must everything evil be happening in Nigeria? And because you are a Nigerian, you have to endure it, because this is Nigeria. But that type of a thing will not happen if you go to Ghana. It will not happen if you go to Chad. It do not happen if you go to Burkina Faso. It will not happen if you cross over to any Asia country. It will not happen if you cross over to Europe, to the Western world. It will not happen. But you condone it in the Zoological Republic because you know Nigeria now. That is the angle where this man is speaking from, when he say it is possible for Simon Ekpa to be extradited, and it is almost impossible professionally that Simon Ekpa can never be extradited to Nigeria. Do you get the point now? Let me play the voice of this man.
100% impossible, because one, There is no extradition treaty between Finland and Nigeria. Number two, the Finnish authorities have every right to take him to court to answer to the charges against him. And that is perfect. That is due diligence. And afterwards, don't forget the CJEU, the Criminal Justice of the European Union, also have a right under the European human rights to also test if he's suitable to be extradited to Nigeria based on one, the charges against him, and number two, the fundamentals, because he has to defend himself in a court of law. You cannot.
Now that he's talking, I wanted to say, that is what the Zoological Republic did not know, that they have shot themselves on the leg. The Zoological Republic have finally shot themselves on the leg. That Hague, that international criminal court they have been running for, this time around they will go there. Because they can no longer run from it. The Biafran talk is now on the center stage of the world. And everybody's eyes is wide open to what is going to happen. Remember that the Zoological Republic have a record of a dead man ruling them for 6 whole years. A dead man. The former president of United States of America, Joe Biden, said so. Said that it will not be like Nigeria that was ruled by a dead man for 6 years. This man came up to say that why he said it's almost impossible is because Finland is going to follow the due process of the law. As you're bringing up evidence of the charges you have against Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa and Joko, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, will also be presenting his own case in the same court. And that court is not a Nigerian court. And that court is not the court where judges are bribed. And that court is not the court where judges lack integrity. The court where this case is going to be decided is not where people lack merit to judge any case. Because all the judges in Nigeria, they are not qualified to sit in the law court, let alone being it that they are the ones that are defending anybody in the law court. The judges and the lawyers, they are not qualified to come close to any law court, let alone being the one deciding the fate of anybody, whether to be proven to be guilty or not guilty. That is where this man is going to remind Nigeria that the law court that would take this decision, whether Mazi Simon Ekpa has committed any crime or not, is not Nigerian court, where you will intimidate the judges, where you will intimidate the lawyers, where you will send your DSS lapdog to lock up the whole place, that nothing will happen. That where this case is going to be decided is where law reigns supreme, where nobody is above the law. That is where this case is going to be decided. That is what this man is indirectly telling them. Amechi Chineke, you're welcome. Diana Esbonwada, you're welcome. I salute you from here. Victor Nonso, my brother, I salute you from here. Let me put up the link. Victor, I salute you from here. Let me put up the link in case any of you want to join me on the studio, let's keep the fire burning. When they are celebrating, oh, we have caught him. Oh, we have done this. Oh, and all those the hidden enemies of Biafra, every one of them are coming out. At the end of the day, you will cry last. Believe you me, you will be the one to cry last. Let's listen to this man. Very, very important. You know, fear has made everybody, once they called you for this their interview, fear will not allow you to tell them the simple truth. You will keep on beating around the bush, beating around the bush, beating around the bush. But those that know what they know it. Listen to him.
Just bring charges without him answering in response to the reasons why he's inciting violence, to the fundamentals why he thinks there's a reason for him to.
This man is indirectly telling Nigerian government, it will be better for you people to back out from this thing. Because when this case will be called up, nobody will muzzle Mazi Simon Ekpa mouth and his lawyers. Nobody will muzzle their mouth. That the court will not ask Simon Ekpa, tell us, what is your reason, or what is your opinion, or what prompts you into this A, into this B, into this C, into this D? What brought all about this? And Simon Ekpa will open his mouth, or the judges of Simon Ekpa will open their mouth and remind the court, show them evidences of pictures and videos of the terrorist Nigerian state, where they are burning our people, pouring them acid, annihilating Biafrans on broad daylight. And those things that the Zoological Republic have been running for will be laid bare before the whole world to see the atrocity that the Zoological Republic has committed against the Biafrans over the years, and still committing. I will show us a video tomorrow, because to them, oh, Simon Ekpa is now in the custody. They opened their border as Fulanis are trooping into Biafran land as we speak. The jihadists, they are trooping in to Biafra land as we speak with their motorbike and their machine guns. But you will only hear about their coming in. You will not see when they go back. That is the promise the Biafra Liberation Army has made to them, and it will remain so. Okay, somebody is requesting to join. Sorry, I just saw it. And that is my brother Nonso. Nonso, you can come in. Okay. And that person is also requesting. You can come in. Can you all hear me? Nonso, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I was muted.
You?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me, okay.
You're coming out. Okay.
So what am I saying? This man is indirectly telling the Zoological Republic, please, it will be better you back out from this now. Because if you continue with this case, probably you will be shooting yourself on the leg. You will be the one to be held accountable for the genocide that happened 1967, 1970. And most of those people that will be coming there are going the same people that helped you people during the 1967, 1970. Many of them will be running from the law court. They will not want you to include them in whatever that you are doing. That is what this man is indirectly telling the Zoological Republic in this his statement. I want us to listen.
Justice of the European Union also have a right under the European human rights to also test if he's suitable to be extradited to Nigeria based on one, the charges against him, and number two, the fundamentals, because he has to defend himself in a court of law.
One.
You cannot just bring charges without him answering in response to the reasons why.
Just like they do in the zoo now. Just like they do in the Zoological Republic. It's only in the Zoological Republic that you hear that somebody can be sentenced to life imprisonment without that person appearing to any law court, without any judge deciding the fate of that person. They will go backyard business, give a judge money, and they will call for the case the first time, call it the second time, call it the second time, third time, and they will say that you declined from coming to court, and that is why they are passing their judgment, blind judgment, and you will go and face the music. They will come and kidnap you in your house, send you to prison. It only happened in the Zoological Republic. That is what this man is telling them, that the system you run in Nigeria is not applicable in other countries, more especially in Finland. That the accused has also right to defend himself and give reasons that give birth to his actions. That is what this man is saying. But he's indirectly passing the message across to the Zoological Republic, more especially the Dundees in the Fulani enclave, the jihadists, that the only thing that they know is Allah, Allah, Kubal, and the people that they will kill. That is the only thing they know. That the only thing that they have their eyes fixated is the Atlantic Ocean, where they will sink Quran. Those that have their eyes fixated on the oil that is in Biafra land. Those that have their eyes fixated on the good weather that Elohim blessed Biafrans with, and they want to have it at all costs. That in Biafra land you have more than 30-something mineral resources, and they want it to continue the jihad against every other African country and even the West. Thank you, my brother Chinonso Ndubisi. We all stand with Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. We stand with Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and we stand with our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you getting the picture? So it's reminding them that this is not that place you can buy a judge. Here you cannot buy a judge. Your money cannot buy you any judge. Listen to him.
Why he's inciting violence, to the fundamentals, why he thinks there's a reason for him to request for self-determination for the people of Biafra. The Criminal Court of Justice of the European Union has to check if they believe in self-determination. They have to check if they believe in human rights abuses, because bringing that man to Nigeria is a great idea, but I'm not sure that the Chief of Defense Staff should go home and relax and sleep, because...
Do you hear that? That bringing that man to Nigeria is a great idea. He wants to massage their ego. This man is really a professional, because the only way you know a Nigerian of the professorship of Nigerians, the only way he manifests
Mazi, am I coming out?
Yes, you're coming out.
Am I in the studio already?
Yes. Do you want to see yourself?
Ndewo. Ekpere bogwu ngworo. Dime Chineke. Ekpere bogwu ngworo. I gakwa agwo yoso. Simon Ekpa na great man. Now who know I'm call am small boy. Simon Ekpa na great man. Who know I'm call am small boy. Ekpa na peace ambassador, na who no one call am small boy. In a piece of ambassador, now who no one call am small boy. Now freedom fighter, now who no one call am small boy. Nnamdi Kanu na big man, no. Now who no them call them small boy. You see, this has been what we have been looking for all these years. Remember that there was once a time that our prime minister came out and said that anything that there will, any step or any move that they will do, even if we make mistake, it will be for our own favor. So now the ball now is now in our courts indirectly, because they don't understand what is going on. I want to explain something here, and I want us to understand, especially my Biafran people. I want us to remain resolute, remain focused, be strong, because this is just a prayer answer. Remember that our prime minister, we the Biafran people, over more than 50 million of us who have given him this mandate, who has given him the mandate for him to stand, for him to stand and defend us. We are strongly behind him. Now, see, at this point, everything now is coming to an end. What we are waiting now is that I just pray that let it just be so, because at the end of the day, this is exactly what is going to play. There is no any other thing that is going to, because you see these people, they think that maybe they know it all. They think that maybe Finland is a corrupt country and maybe they can manipulate or anything. But no, that is not the case. But right now, it is going to turn around, in the sense that at the end of the day, after all the evidences, even not only the one our prime minister is going to present, after all the evidences that is even going to come from the 50 million Biafrans who has given him the mandate, after all the evidences and everything, all the atrocities and everything that is in open, these people are going to pick interest in what is happening. Because in the first place, you see, Nigeria is a criminal. In the first place, whatever that makes Nigeria, whatever that interests anybody to have anything to do with Nigeria is coming from Biafra land. And now, anything, when after seeing everything, they are going to pick interest. And when they pick interest, that is when the game will be over. Now, they are busy now, ranting now, shouting. Me, I'm very, very happy. I am rejoicing. And I am praying seriously, asking God to just, let it be so. Because it is going to happen like that. Because Finnish government will not stand and see this same terrorist government that has, tried several attempts, assassination attempts against our prime minister, who is a Finnish citizen, and allow that to just let go. There is an evidence to that. So there are so many things that is going to be exposed that is coming up very, very soon. So, and this young man who you are just playing his voice have already, used indirectly, to tell them, but that these zoo terrorist states are terrorists. And you know what terrorists are. It doesn't really matter how you talk to them, how you put it right or how you put it wrong, they will always want to, keep pushing. And that is when they will fall into that hole that they have dug for themselves. Remember, at the same time, even if when the Finnish government now will now go into more details, and when they keep saying all these things, remember that it was the local police. Remember, it was the local police, not national police. If Nigeria as a government is really recognized as a government, we all know how many times the so-called zoo terrorist state has made several attempts, for the extradition of our prime minister, and we all know the response in the open. But this very one, I want to ask somebody that they arrest, a politician, a well-known Finnish citizen, and they come to arrest him for this kind of gruesome and this kind of charges that they have, this kind of nonsense charges that they have accused him. Where is the journalist that came? Okay, now, does it mean that in that local, in his community, wherever he's residing, is there no journalist, no news that is going to carry that? Oh, this man has committed. This is the kind of. Why is those news not coming up? Why are we not seeing videos or pictures of maybe like an handcuff on his hand? Such thing like that. But they will always want to fool the people they always fool, because they have these commodities that they have blocked their brain with this cow, Fulani, Janjaweed meat. So that is all their problem. So as it stands right now, wish Biafra should remain strong, remain focused, keep doing what we are doing. This is the time for us to intensify, because we are fighting for what is our right. Self-defense is our right. Our prime minister has already make it very, very clear. He has already taught us and made us to know exactly everything that we need to know. Even as I am here, I am not even scared of any arrest. I am not even scared of anything, because I am ready. I am willing to defend myself and defend my nation. So that is the point. So Biafrans, it doesn't really matter. This young man here has already, told them what they need to know. But let's see and watch very carefully and see how God is going to do his work, because the will of God must be done. It doesn't really matter how they have been dragging this thing. They think that maybe Finland is Kenya, that they went to kidnap our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why did they not kidnap him from when he was in the UK? Why did they not kidnap our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Even if the British government are also in part and participant of all this, why did they not? But they have to do it somewhere that they know that there is no justice or all those kind of things. So that's why. But right now, in this case, definitely, I just hope that the Finnish government, after everything, I just hope that let them start in the path of truth and pick interest and make sure that they bring this thing into the international community. Because if this the Zoot terrorist state or the UK or the American administration led by Biden are also involved in this thing, let them come on. We are not scared. Let them bring it on. Because why? And why? And I just praying that in this angle, that at least if they have to come in, let them come in, because so that the Finnish government in the national part, we have to pick interest, because this is a citizen and this is something that maybe has to go and do with international. So that will be a better chance, and for us to be able to showcase and show the world the atrocity and the impunity of how Nigeria, even the United Kingdom, and even the Joe Biden administration, even the United States led by Joe Biden administration, how they have all colluded to see the evil that is going on in the so-called zoological state called Nigeria, and they kept quiet and they refused to say anything about it. Instead, going after those who are fighting, trying to defend their rights, trying to defend their people in the right of self-defense, which is equivalent to everyone in the international courts. So I will give my mic for now, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Nonso. Thank you so much for coming in and always being there. Thank you for the work you're doing for the Biafrans. EZ, you're already in. Can you say something? Let the Biafrans hear you before
my
we
brother,
finish.
Make everybody be strong. We are in a trial time. Okay, anything where they like, make them do. Now win-win for us. Understand? What is going on is very simple. When you look at the whole scenario, you will know that all the people that are milking Biafra land is dry. This is a conspiracy they want to bring in. But you can
Wait,
only.
EZ.
I mean, no talk, no go down,
Is
no
that
go
Paul?
down. I mean, they talk. Now me they
Paul.
talk. We meet in Finland. Oh no, sir, we see you in Finland.
I'm dead, sir. What do you have again? We are coming.
Now we they talk.
For longest time, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I know.
Please let me greet you. I'm very, very happy for this improvement. Now I think your gadget is now, wow.
Yes,
I really love you. I miss you so much.
All of us we see in Finland. Understand? So now be the thing. Make una not just worry. Okay, regardless of what they do. We've been waiting for this opportunity, and this thing that happened is also an awareness that is going on. So they are creating awareness. It's not a place jungle justice will happen. Our PM was called for questioning because of the allegation against him. So he will now get an evidence, and Nigerian government will now get their own evidence. This is not a place you can bribe the judges. You have upper hand. Okay, now it's a neutral ground. Only the truth will serve the test of time. Okay, it's not a place where they can maneuver like the same way they are doing our leader. Even in their own zoo court, our leader won them hands down. They are still holding him incommunicado sometimes. Sometimes they, what? Just look at what just few days they just our PM. I know he's okay. They will let him be okay. I know he will be with us on a declaration day. No doubt about it. It's because of December too. That's why they are panicking. That's why all those people that are sucking Biafra land dry. That's the reason why they are doing everything they could. But it's not going to happen. What has been destined has been destined. Biafra is already here. No matter what happened, they told us, they told our leader that you know what to do. Go and do it. Understand, if you're quiet, they will keep on doing what they are doing. Okay? Just do what you have to do. Then the people that are supposed to be in will be in. That's exactly what is going on now. With what is happening now, it will expose a lot of things and also awareness for us. I will encourage everybody to be strong. This is the last fight we are in for. I know those people that are sucking Biafra land dry, especially those people that created the zoo, they will not want to let go. It's not going to be an easy fight. And not only them, a lot of people, that are in there sucking our land dry. So this is their last fight. There's nothing they can do anymore. It's only truth that can set us free. And that's where we are. We are due. We did everything. Everything that's supposed to be done has been done, both spiritually, physically, otherwise. Biafra we have sacrificed a lot, so they don't have any choice than to let us go. That's where we are right now. Nobody should shake. No shaking. Be strong. Okay, my people. I'm going to leave it here, my brother. Go ahead. Make I know come and occupy your space. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Paul. We have missed you so very much. Thank you so much for coming, and every other Biafran out there. I salute each and every one of you. What my brother is saying, that everyone, this is the time, this is not the time to wear a sad face or a very long face. No. This is the time that you put on your dancing shoes and those boots that you used to go to war. This is the time to wear it. Because the battleground, the battle line have been drawn between the Biafrans and the jihadists. Mind you, like I said the other day, what is going on between the Biafrans today, Simon Ekpa, Mazinandi Kanu, and every other person that is still in the detention facilities of the Zoological Republic, it's not for the fact that they want to restore Biafra, no. But because the Islamic world want a place where they will have uninterrupted access to resources, to money, to sponsor their jihad that is to come. The jihad that is taking place in Nigeria today is just, how do I put it? It's nothing to be compared to what the Islamic world is preparing that will come in the later days. And that is why the Biafrans are taking it upon themselves to do the international community a favor. Just like Israel is doing them a favor today. Just like Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré is doing them a favor today. Because if all these people, the good guys, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa and Joko, Ibrahim Traoré, Netanyahu of Israel, if they should give way for the terrorists to have their way in this wide world, many people will not have a place to stay. A lot of people will be sent to RIP because their agenda is to conquer the world Their agenda is not to convert you to Islam. Their agenda is to send you to RIP and occupy your ancestral land. That is the agenda that they have. And the Biafrans is doing the world a favor. That is what this man is trying to remind the Zoological Republic of. That this case that you people are taking up against Simon Ekpa is going to backfire against you people. Because everything that you guys have been doing from the day one has been against humanity. Both your law courts practices are against humanity. Both your government, everything, every laws that they put up is against humanity. That you people going after Simon Ekpa in the law court in Finland is going to backfire. That is what this man is saying. And I would like you to hear from him few more minutes and we're going to call it a day.
The Chief of Defense Staff should go home and relax and sleep because they have to consider the human rights records in Nigeria as a country.
Did you hear that? That the Chief of Staff should not just go home and sleep. The same way when they handed over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to them from Kenya, they all went home celebrating. That they shouldn't go home and sleep because they have taken sleep off from their eyes. By going after Simon Ekpa and Joko, that they have taken sleep out of their eyes. That they will no longer sleep. That before they will start doing anything in Finland, in the law court of Finland, that they will first of all check their human rights activities in Nigeria. The other day, the CDS, Musa, was telling them that before you have anything good in the Zoological Republic, you must have a good police, you must have a good judicial system, you must have this. Without these three things put in place, that you will never have a good government. And that is what this man is pointing at. That when the international community and the laws and the judicial system of Finland will put Nigeria to test to check how they have been managing their human rights activities in the Zoological Republic with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How have you been managing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you guys kidnapped from Kenya? With those people that they kidnapped from our land and locked up in different prisons in the Zoological Republic. How have you been treating them? The Biafrans that were with placards, how did you guys treat them? The pictures and the videos will be there to show the whole world how the zoo have been managing their human rights, carrying out their human rights activities. And the message, the video message of the former police chief that told his lapdog to go to Biafra land, they shouldn't care about rule of engagement. That at the end of the day, the whole thing will be brought to his table. And you know what he will do with it when the case is brought to his table. This time, the case is not going to be brought to any Zoological Republic table. The case is going to the table of the international community. And you know what that means. Ike Kweremadu, had it been Ike Kweremadu finds his way back to Nigeria, by now Ike Kweremadu will be contesting for governorship in the Zoological Republic because he have already passed the criteria that are needed for him to be a good politician in Nigeria, because he's already been caught selling human organs. And that is a qualification in Nigeria. Once you know how to commit crime, you amount to a very honorable office in the Zoological Republic. But for the fact that the case of Ike Kweremadu, with all the political looters that were sent to Britain to go and lobby Britain to tell them, you know, now we now, you know, now we, now your son be that, oh, now your job when they do since. He've never for one day lag behind. So you have to do something. Just allow us to do our thing. Estrada send him back to Nigeria that he should go and face his charges in Nigeria. The law court of Britain told them the crime was committed in this soil. And the penalty that he's going to suffer will also come from this soil. That's why Ike Kuremade is still locked up until this moment. That is what this man is reminding them. That where this case is going is not where you can buy judges. It's not where you can buy anybody. Biafrans, your eyes on the ball. We go nowhere. It's us and the Zoological Republic and every other person that has interest in the land of the rising sun. We, the generation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, we are the generation of never again. And we have come to finish the work that the generation of 1967-1970 could not finish. And we are here to give freedom to the next generation we are going to leave behind when our duty here on earth is done. Thank you so much. Our sister Diana said the Nigerian government cabals and their gullible people following their foolishly thinking every country are corrupt like their lawless country where impunity is the order of the day. That is what this man is currently reminding them. Swiftly reminding them that where you're going is where corruption does not have a legal right. In Nigeria, corruption has a legal right. But in other places where Ike Kuremade go, corruption does not have a legal right there. They want to maintain a status quo. Likewise, Finland, where you're going, they have a standard. And whatever you're bringing on the decks to their table must meet up the standard that they can attend to. And you know what that means. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I want to thank everyone that come to this program this evening. If you are here and you have not shared the program, liked it, do so and subscribe if you're a new timer. My brother Nonso, okay, Nonso is gone. My brother Eziama, give us your closing remark as we are drawing the curtain. Can you give us your closing remark as we are drawing the curtain? Can you hear me, Paul? Paul, can you hear me? Okay. It's like my brother Paul is not close to his mic. I want to salute everyone. My sister Diana, I thank you, my dear sister, for always being there. Chisom Ndubisi, I thank you, my brother, for always being there. Elohim will guide and protect each and every one of you. Victor Nonso, I salute you, my own brother. And my own brother, Amechi Jones, I salute you from here. May Elohim make the light of his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious to you, both now and always. Ise. Let me play the remaining voice of this man for you.
Obviously, we still have a lot of work to do for clarifications, to authenticate all these informations. Now, with that due diligence done, it's now meant for the law court in Finland to now look into the request by the Chief of Defense Staff to extradite Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. Professionally speaking, the chances are possible to extradite Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. However, in my opinion, it's almost impossible, though it's not 100% impossible, because one, there is no extradition treaty between Finland and Nigeria. No, the Finnish authorities have every right to take him to court, to answer to the charges against him, and that is perfect, that is due diligence. And afterwards, don't forget the CJEU, the Criminal Justice of the European Union, also have a right under the European human rights to also test if he's suitable to be extradited to Nigeria based on one, the charges against him, and number two, the fundamentals, because he has to defend himself in a court of law. You cannot just bring charges without him answering in response to the reasons why A, he's inciting violence, to the fundamentals why he thinks there's a reason for him to request for self-determination for the people of Biafra. The Criminal Court of Justice of the European Union has to check if they believe in self-determination. They have to check if they believe in human rights abuses, because bringing that man to Nigeria is a great idea, but I'm not sure that the Chief of Defense Staff should go home and relax and sleep, because they have to consider the human rights records in Nigeria as a country. Obviously, we are all Nigerians. We know our human rights records. There is nothing to boast about. And in instances like people that have disappeared in Nigeria.
Okay. Did you hear that? That they are Nigerians. You know we are Nigerians. And they know that their human rights activities in Nigeria is nothing to boast about. Do you see the indirect way this man is cautioning the Zoological Republic to withdraw from the move that they just made? That the international court will check all these human rights abuses. How Nigerian government handled the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is currently still hitting every day, that the people of the old Eastern region are sitting at home every Monday. And how the Biafrans that agitated with placards was handled. That all those things are going to come up. And Nigeria will not be able to escape it. That is what this man is telling them. You know, we are Nigeria now, and we don't have a good track record of good human rights management. Biafrans, I will leave you with this. The Biafrans are the ones that set the pace, and every other person follows. I kwagaka and go see a biyada. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow morning before going to work, and in the evening when I come back from work. God bless you. Okay, tomorrow is Sunday. No work tomorrow. See you tomorrow and in the evening. God bless you, and do have a lovely day.